right, welcome to today's video, Wednesday, November 4th. And today's video is going to go over two things. One will be the Friday formative, and the second will be this week's study guide. So let's start with the Friday formative. So most of you did really well. There are a few questions where you struggled. One question that most people struggled with was this one, and I'm highlighting it right now. Dakota also means, and only 59% of you got this question right. The question, or I should say, the answer was friend. So Dakota also means friend. Another word might be ally. So you'll see though, most of you did get these questions right. For example, kinship means close relationships with family members. Teepees were typically made from animal skins. Think of animals like bison or deer. This question I decided not to grade since we hadn't talked about it, so we'll talk about that later. What is the name for the purposeful retelling of stories? You got oral history right. Minnesota Makoche comes from the Dakota language. Which of the following are examples of human capital? Remember, the word human capital can mean skills or knowledge. And looking at this list, you see there are two skills: learning how to hunt and gather. And the other skill is knowing how to harvest wild rice. And remember, the word harvest means collect. An elder is a respected member of the community that is known for their wisdom and experience. Early Dakota people earned income in the form of money. That is not true. Back then, the Dakota people did not use money or cash. So when they hunted, their direct benefit was food or maybe fur to keep themselves warm. And I think I may have skipped the first question, so I'll go back to the top. Yep, true or false? The Dakota have lived in Minnesota longer than any other group. That is true. They are considered the first people in Minnesota. All right, now let's go to the study guide. So we're still in the second unit. Now we are in the third week of the second unit. And you'll notice this time we are going to learn about a new group of American Indians known as the Ojibwe. And we are going to use the word early because we are going to learn about the Ojibwe during the 1600s. So that's almost 400 years ago. So we are going to, we are going to learn about key words, their beliefs, and the artifacts that are part of the Ojibwe culture. So this study guide is split into 3 lessons, 1 lesson for each day, and if you want, you can work ahead. Remember, when you are done, to turn in this study guide so I can give you a grade. It is due Friday, November 6th, so 2 days from now. This study guide is only worth 6 points since there are only 3 lessons. And if you have any questions, make sure to email me. So on Wednesday, today, you are going to learn key vocabulary over the Ojibwe. Tomorrow, or Thursday, you are going to learn about how the Ojibwe migrated or moved to current-day Minnesota and where they are originally from. And on Friday, you're going to watch a video over the Ojibwe. So let's go over Wednesday's lesson. Okay, so you'll notice on the left, under the category keyword, here are all the vocab words: Ojibwe, Anishinaabe, Chippewa, migration, sovereign, alliance, birch bark, wigwam, maple sugar, lacrosse, manuman, and mandamin. Those are your keywords. You need to type the definition of each keyword under this column that says information or definition. To find the definition, you're going to have to open the slideshow. You could open the preview, let it load. We already have the word Ojibwe, so I'm going to go to the second slide. So Anishinaabe says another name for Ojibwe. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to put the blinking line in that box. Then I am going to take 2 fingers, tap once on my mouse pad, and click paste without formatting. Then you go to the next slide, Chippewa, another name for the Ojibwe. I'm going to highlight that, copy it, put the blinking line in that box, take 2 fingers, tap once on the mouse pad, and click paste without formatting. You're going to do the same thing for the other words, migration, sovereign, and the rest. In this column, you'll see the word sentence. You have to use the keyword in a sentence to show that you know what it means. So let's look at the first word, Ojibwe. Ojibwe are American Indian people of the region around Lake Superior. So remember, we learned about Lake Superior in Unit 1. It is one of the Great Lakes that borders northern Minnesota, specifically northeast Minnesota. Let's say you forgot where it was. Simply go to images.google.com so you can have an idea to see what Lake Superior looks like so you can visualize it. But let's move on to the sentence part. You're going to use the word Ojibwe in a sentence to show that you know what Ojibwe means. For example, an Ojibwe elder came to tell stories at our school. So this works because you are demonstrating that you know how to use the word. However, this would not be a good model, and I'm going to type it here. Ojibwe is a word. That does not count because you are not telling me what the word Ojibwe means, or you are not using it correctly. So please be aware that when you do the same thing for the words Anishinaabe, Chippewa, migration, and the rest, you have to use these words in a sentence that show that you know what that word means. But honestly, a big hint that I want to give you, let's say you find the word like wigwam and you're struggling to use it in a sentence. Go to a tab. Go to images.google.com. Type the word wigwam. And here you'll see many examples of a wigwam. So hopefully looking at pictures can help you come up with a sentence. So I strongly recommend you do this if you struggle to use the word in a sentence. But that's all I have for today. So if you have any questions, let me know or hop back on to the Google Meet. Otherwise, I'm going to let you go so you can go ahead and get started with today's lesson. And remember, complete today's exit ticket for November 4th. All right then, good luck.